The goal of this exercise is to clone 4 instances of this bar stool and arrange them around the table. The most direct way of doing that is to clone the objects manually, one at a time. I'll hold down the Shift key and drag the bar stool over this direction and make an instance of it. I can be a little bit more efficient if I hold down the Control key and make a selection set of 2 objects prior to instancing the pair. Then I'll need to rotate this pair around and then move it into position. So this method has a lot of steps, and in the end, the chairs might not be symmetrically arranged around the table. Let's undo back to where we started. The preferable tool for this kind of job is Mirror, and it's located right here. When you use this command, you'll see this dialog box which offers you all of the controls you'll need to complete the mirror operation. But unfortunately, this always seems to obscure what you're working on. So you have to drag it out of the way so you can observe what's happening in the scene. Now down here you can choose what you want to happen. If I have no clone selected and I try a different mirror axis, you'll see that the original object is simply flipped around one of these axes. You can also flip it around a pair of axes, which in some cases is different. In this situation, I want to mirror it about the x-axis, this direction, and I want to make an instance. When I do that, you can't tell that there's a duplicate object here because it's on top of the original. Mirroring always happens about the pivot point, and this pivot point is centered on the bar stool. So it's hiding the fact that we have 2 instances here now. Use the offset spinner to move the instances apart. I'll just drag this spinner up and move the bar stool over. Oh, it looks like about 2 feet in this case. I'll click OK, and then hold down the Control key and get the other bar stool. And this time, I'd like to mirror them all the way around to the other side. So thinking that through, I want the pivot point of my selection set to be centered on the table, don't I? So to do that, I will pick a coordinate system and click on the table. And then I will select Use Transformation Coordinate Center. So now the pivot point should be located at the pivot point of the table, and it looks like it is. So now I'll use Mirror again, move this out of the way, choose a different mirror axis, and we can do the job with a 0 offset because it's mirroring the objects about the pivot point. Make sure Instance is selected and OK.